Hey guys and gals, Mama Bear here with a daily dash of life. Today I will be showing you how I prepare Papa Bear's breakfast for a busy work week. Off camera, I diced up some veggies, and I did it off camera because I am a slow chopper. I don't mind admitting that. And I diced up a quarter of a small onion. This is one full green bell pepper, one red pepper, and one yellow pepper and one orange pepper. And there you have it. That's my little mix for the week. Now this is gonna be my go-to mix. I'm just gonna have it prepared in case that we run out of tacos and I can make some more tacos with this. So this is not gonna be for one full batch of tacos. Next, I'm gonna go ahead and cut up one full potato. It's not a very big potato. It's like a medium size, I would say. And I will show you how I'm gonna dice that. Start off by peeling it. I did rinse off the potato and pat it dry. Now I'm just going to cut it right through the middle, again on the side, then again right here. I'm just making these thin little pieces. From the thin slices, I'm just going to create little strips. And then from those strips, I'm going to create small little cubes. You don't have to be a fast chopper to be a good chopper. It's all going to get eaten. And then when you cut these small pieces, when you make these little cubes, they cook faster. And they're bite-sized for the children as well. Yes, I'm making Papa Bear's breakfast tacos, but I'm not going to use all of these potatoes in one batch. And if the children want some, these little potatoes will be the perfect size for them. Done and done. Here I have some cold bacon, and the colder the bacon is, the better it will cut. Let's see. Last time I made the bacon too small, so I'm going to do it a little bit bigger than I did last time, so Papa Bear can get a big mouthful of bacon. A hungry man taco. I'm going to start off with my bacon, and I'm going to do that in a cold pan to start out with. My setting is going to be medium-high heat. Nothing too hot, but more than medium. Then I'm just going to break this up. I'm starting off with my bacon because I want to use the bacon grease to cook the potatoes and the peppers. Break all this up as much as you can. Now that everything is broken up, I'm just going to let it continue to cook down and crisp up. Starting off with a cold pan is going to get you a crispier bacon, which everybody loves. While my bacon is cooking, I'm going to shred up some pepper jack cheese so we can have some fresh cheese and it'll melt really good. If you buy the block and shred it yourself, it melts a lot better than the pre-shredded cheese. You don't have to take my word for it. Give it a try if you haven't already. Now that I feel like my bacon is right where I want it, I'm going to put it on a paper towel so that it can dry, and I'm going to spread it out. If you have layers and layers of bacon, the pieces that are touching are going to end up soggy, and that's not what we want. We want them to be as crispy as possible. Okay, there you have it. Spread it all out. Get yourself a paper towel. I'm going to drain my bacon into this glass cup. I have my paper towel right here ready to wipe. Pour a little bit back into the pan. Time for the potatoes. Get the oil coated on all the potatoes. I think I might need a little more bacon grease, so I add that. Then I'm just going to continue to cook this. I want the outside to end up toasty a little bit and then the inside cooked. And you'll be able to see the color change. These potatoes will have more of a translucent look to them. And then they'll get the brown outside. The potatoes have had a chance to cook through and through, but now I'm going to let them soften even more, and I'm going to let the outside brown. See, this part's already starting to brown. I want it to brown all around. Now's a good time to start to salt and pepper. This is going to end up holding the flavor if I do it now. Give it a good mix. When I first started cooking the potatoes, I was stirring them and mixing them up a lot because I didn't want them to stick to the bottom of the pan. But now that they're getting toasty and the skin has started to crisp up, I don't have to stir them as much. But I am going to stir them periodically just because I want the toast. See how that's already toasting on the outside? I want that everywhere. So I gotta rotate. After everything has browned to your liking, put these onto a paper towel. Again, you want to spread it out to keep everything toasty. Add some more of the bacon grease to the pan because you're about to do the veggies. And I've been cooking everything on the medium-high heat. And these veggies are going to cook quick. Since they're on such a high heat, they're going to start to toast as well on the outsides quickly. You don't have to let the veggies completely soften on the inside. You cook them down to your desired tenderness. Some people like a little crunch left. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. It just depends on my mood. So cook them to how you like them. You'll see the colors start to change. You'll see, like this onion, for instance, it will go from being white to more of a translucent, softened color. I want Poppa's veggies to still have a little bit of a crunch to them. So I'm not gonna cook them completely down. While my veggies are cooking, I'm gonna add this no salt seasoning blend. I like to add my own amount of salt, so that's why I choose the no salt seasoning blends if I can. A lot of stuff comes pre-salted and they tend to be too salty for me. Sometimes the more seasoning you use, the dish becomes too salty. So I like to be able to use as much of the actual seasoning as I can and then add my amount of salt that I like to my taste. Okay, now's a good time to start adding the eggs. While the potatoes were cooking, I just went ahead and put some eggs in this cup. Don't forget to clean as you go. Now is the time where I'm going to lower my heat. You can either lower it to a medium or a medium low. I don't want to overcook my eggs. So the potatoes are done, the bacon is done, my cheese is right here, and I'm working on the eggs. I'm not going to put the potatoes and the bacon in the eggs right off the bat. I want to give the eggs a chance to cook a little bit. And I don't want the bacon and the potatoes to soften too much on the outside. For the potatoes, I want the center softened, but I don't want the outside too soft. If you have some leftover potatoes and bacon, to store them and keep the crisp, you can wrap them in a paper towel and either put them in a storage bag or a container where you can get as much air out as possible, and it works. Okay, now is a good time for me to start adding in the bacon and the potatoes. Poppa wants all that bacon, so I'm going to use it all. And here come the potatoes. Give it a good mix, mix, mix. Oh, I forgot to add that I season the eggs with salt and pepper. There we go, get everything mixed in. Everything should be flavored at this point and seasoned. I'm going to stop my heat. Again, I don't want to overcook the eggs. I like mine softer and fluffier. Almost where they still have the egg curd. I love it. Get that off the heat. Spread it around as even as possible. If you haven't already, don't forget to save your bacon grease for another day. This has already had a chance to cool down. And I just freeze them. Voila. Here I have some pieces of foil that I cut into little squares. And then I have some parchment paper. And each thing of foil is going to get some parchment paper. I've learned that the tacos store better this way because the tortillas can start to sweat. The parchment paper or deli paper, whichever one you decide to use, will keep that sweat from condensing on the foil. And then you won't end up with soggy tacos. I know that I'm going to be making 6 tacos. So I'm going to try to split these up into portions for the 6 tacos. This will go to one taco, that will go to another taco, and so on and so forth. And now I know I have enough for each taco. All of my tortillas are made. I'm going to get some of my pepper jack cheese and just spread it all over the tortilla. And then just fill my tacos. If I failed to mention how many eggs I used, I'm sorry. You can use between 10 and 12 eggs if you'd like. That gives a good ratio with the eggs and the filling. And that can give you 3 to 4 days worth of tacos if your husband doesn't eat any before you finish making them. And you get big fat honkin' tacos. When I'm done filling the taco, I just fold it in half, kind of spread it a little, make it even. And I have one facing this way. Then I put this one on top, and then I have it face this way. And then I just wrap the parchment paper. Actually, I'm going to do it this way. Wrap the parchment paper. Sometimes I cut too big of a piece, and then I got to cut a little bit of it off. There you go. So I just do a little wrap in the parchment paper. And then I fold with the foil. Smush down the sides. Fold in, flip, fold in. There I go. Then just label it bacon, egg, cheese, and put it in your little brown bag. Good to go. This is for me to not have to wake up super duper early and make breakfast every day and make things easier for myself because Papa goes to work before the children wake up and before they have their breakfast. He takes it out of the foil and warms up his breakfast. Voila. I don't like to do more than 3 days at a time just to make sure that they're as fresh as they can be. I hope you enjoyed this little video. Thanks for stopping by. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, toodles.